Welcome back to another episode of
Are you nuts?
It's me, your boy Kyle again. I got Ethan, Caleb, and of course y'all's favorite Unc. We're back to have another discussion about starting quarterbacks in the league, picking back up from where we left off last week. We gave our list from 32 through 20, so we're going to recap, and then we're going to come back and go 19 through 11.
3, 2, 1.
Are you nuts?
How y'all doing today?
Man, I can't complain.
Yeah, man. Hey.
I'm interested in this. The second half of the list. Let's really see what's going on here.
It's going to be the hardest part of the list.
Yeah. We already know Ethan got the worst,
up.
most terrible list. but we gonna see. Hey, listen, E, you got a chance to get your together.
Listen.
Let's see if you could turn this thing around. But I don't think you're gonna be able to.
We're going to find out. How you doing, Kay?
I'm cool. You know, I'm ready for this upcoming NFL season, you know.
Okay, all right, I feel you. All right, so before we go to our 19 through 11, you guys we're gonna recap. So, Ethan, you want to go first and recap? You just go from 32 through 20.
Sure. So at 32, I had Bo Nix. 31, I had Daniel Jones. 30, I had Sam Darnold. 29, I had Jacoby Brissett. 28, I had Will Levis. 27, Gardner Minshew. 26, Jaden Daniels. 25, Bryce Young. 24, Caleb Williams. 23, Derek Carr. 22, Anthony Richardson. 21, Geno. And then at 20, I had Deshaun Watson.
All right, Ethan, your list. Thank you. Questionable and debatable last week, but we're going to carry on this week. You got your list?
Yeah, I got my list. So I started, again, I just want to recap for anyone who didn't see the first episode, go back and watch it. It's hella funny. But I did my list a little bit different. I have the rookies at the top of my list just because we don't know really what they are. And then, that doesn't mean that's where they're going to be at the end of the season, but that's what I thought, would be fair to everyone. Just put them, at the bottom of the list, and then we'll go from there. So at 32, I had Bo Nix. Then I had Drake May. I had J.J. McCarthy, Jaden McDaniels, Caleb Williams. Then I had Bryce Young, Daniel Jones, Gardner Minshew, Will Levis, Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I know you was getting on me with my list last week, but we have almost identical lists, bro. Especially when we get towards the high 20s.
Nah, you was going wild with the Derek Carr, but we'll put that back up.
Well, in that case, let me go ahead and put my list out there since I was going wild with the Derek Carr. Starting at 32,
the Derek Carr slander.
Bro, listen, I didn't know we had a Derek Carr stand in the chat, bro. I didn't know that. Okay,
y'all gonna make me have to defend Derek Carr. I don't
go ahead, bro.
Rock with Derek Carr like that, bro. But come on, man, don't be disrespectful.
By all means, please. With 32, we got Denver's quarterback room, whatever you want to call that. 31, we have Daniel Jones. After that, we have Gardner Minshew, who is now the starting quarterback of the Raiders. Will Levis at 29, Jacoby Brissett, or Drake May, or I forgot buddy name who played well in the first preseason game. J.J. McCarthy at 27, Jane Daniels at 26, Bryce Young 25, Derek Carr at 24, Lord of mercy, Caleb Williams 23, Deshaun Watson, Anthony Richardson at 21, And to cap it off, I had Kyler Murray at 20.
All right.
And then to finish it off, Kay, let's go.
At 32, I have the trash, the stash, Gardner Minshew at the bottom. At 31, I have Bo.
Listen, man, Gardner Minshew is my guy, man. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Listen. Trash is trash. Anyway, and I just want to preface this by saying, even though my list is numbered, my list is more tier-based than anything. At 31, I have Bo Nix. At 30, I have Bryce Young. At 29, I have J.J. McCarthy. At 28, I have Drake May. At 27, J. Daniels. At 26, I have Daniel Jones. At 25, I have Will Levis. At 24, I have Caleb Williams. At 23, I have Anthony Richardson. At 22, I have Kyler Murray. At 21, I have Geno Smith. And at 20, I have Deshaun Watson.
All right. And that wraps up the first third of the bottom tier quarterbacks per se. Now, this will be the most interesting tier of quarterbacks, I think, going forward. So, Ethan, if you want to get us started, we're going to go from 19. Do you guys want to do 11? Do you want to include 10 today?
Why
or do you want to go 19 through
That's
11?
wild. I think 19 through 11. But I think it's
Okay.
a disservice that y'all want me to go first.
Well, we want to keep the same. You don't want to keep the same order? We don't have to keep the same
switch it
order.
up. We can switch it
Oh,
up.
why not? Okay.
All right.
Here
So,
we
Ethan,
go.
go ahead, bro.
We can switch it up. You could go last because that trash list, we don't even want to hear from that list. So you don't want to go. You could go last.
How about
How they say save the best for last? No, save the worst for last. In this case,
You almost tripped yourself over that. How about we get the worst first? Go ahead. You go first.
hey,
ahead, let's see your
hey. You know, I'm the people's champion. The people rock with me.
Oh, are you?
Y'all know
That's
what
wild.
it is.
Are you not?
So listen. I'm gonna start it off. Okay, let's get it.
Look.
So I'm gonna tell you the list, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell you why I'm on the list. And I'm gonna tell you now, Ethan, if you got now, if you interrupt me one more time, okay, it's gonna be some furniture moving around this month. You understand me? That's
Before
my
you get
Bernie Mac.
started, what was your 20?
Listen.
What was your 20 again?
His 20 was Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right, cool.
My
No,
20 was Baker Mayfield.
Oh, sorry, Baker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
My
listen,
20 was Baker Mayfield.
mind you, he's saying that because he doesn't want me to interrupt how trash that list is. But I'm gonna
Well,
let
let
you
him get through the list, and then you can talk at the end of the list.
I'm just gonna
right?
give
Listen,
you-
I don't want him to talk at all if you really want to say what I really want to say. But that's neither here nor there. But listen, check me out. All right, so at 19, I got Derek Carr. That's my guy. Okay. 18,
hey.
Geno Smith. At 17, I have Justin Herbert. That's probably higher on. A lot of people have him higher. Or we're gonna talk about Justin Herbert, and he better not be in none of y'all top 10 because we finna get into it.
No,
Anyway,
let's talk about him. Let's talk
go
about
ahead.
him.
Now, 16, I got Russell Wilson. 15, I got Trevor Lawrence. 14, First Cousins. All right. 13, Tua. 12, Jordan Love. And 11, Jalen Hurts. We're going to do 10 or we going to stop at 11?
Nah,
We're gonna stop
right
at
there.
11.
You might as well just burn that whole entire
We're gonna-
list. That list is egregious. Like, just burn it. I don't even want to talk about it. Just burn the whole entire thing. You want me to throw my
Ethan,
list in the garbage? I
Ethan,
want you
we
to throw
already-
that in a dumpster fire.
Ethan,
you see what
we
them
already-
Toy Stories win when they drop into that furnace? That's where that list belongs. Disintegrate.
We already
Burn it to
know.
ashes. That list is garbage. That list is. You have Justin
Listen, I
Herbert
literally
at
just said, don't
17.
cut me off.
Justin
You
Herbert
said-
at 17.
Okay, I just want to let you know. Okay? When it's your time to go, don't expect you to be saying nothing. Because I'm going to be all on your
But guess what?
Yeah,
But guess what?
boy.
You don't have to say anything because my list is beautiful. Yours is trash, garbage, the epitome of trash.
So can I go
love
now?
it, man.
Are you done?
Landfill. Throw it in a
All
landfill.
right. So
Okay.
So that obviously. So I'm gonna let you go. So obviously that's our first beef. There is Justin Herbert. You got him at what, 17. So
y'all done with y'all little soliloquy?
no,
Ethan, are you
I'm just
done?
saying. So you're saying he's a bottom half quarterback? I
That's
gotta
No,
hear
I'm
this.
sorry. Yeah, hell yeah, he's the bottom half quarterback, and we're gonna talk about why. And
Go
you know
ahead.
what? While I'm going, what I want you to do while I'm going, go look at the stats. Go show
I
me
have.
what he's
I already
done.
got the
Okay,
stats
so
up.
all
I
right, so
already got
make sure
them
you
up.
make sure you
I already
have
got him up.
make sure
already
you
got
have
them
those ready. Talk
I have them. Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right, so 19, All right, Derek Carr. I know y'all hate him. Y'all is hating.
Ethan, be quiet.
Ethan, if you're talking, I swear to God, I'm a backhand slap. Okay, you really gonna make me lose my goddamn mind now, and I'm trying to keep calm. Okay, I'm trying to really keep calm. All right, you already got my blood pressure high, and I ain't even started my goddamn list yet. Okay, so all right, like I said, Derek Carr, 19. All right, everybody hating on Derek Carr. I know Derek Carr was on somebody's list. I think it was you, Kyle. It was on Kyle's list last week. Okay, let's talk about it. Derek Carr was 13th in the league in yards per game. All right, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That was better than the MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson. Okay, so when we talk about Derek Carr, you guys are talking about. See, this is where me and you guys are gonna part ways, because you guys look at the totality of something, or somebody's work, and say, "Oh well, he didn't get to the playoffs, so then that means that he's not very good." Okay, but what you don't talk about is how terrible that offensive line was last year. Okay, the Saints, he was getting beat up. All right, he was getting beat to grits. Understand? So how many quarterbacks? I don't care what quarterback you are. You can be Patrick Mahomes, you can be Tom Brady, you can be any of the greats. If you apply pressure, there's only so much you can get hit, okay, before you start to fold. I don't care who it is, right? So that offensive line was horrible last year. I think he had a good year. We talked about, what type of receiving core he had. Okay, you guys say Olave is top 10. I don't think he's top 10, but if y'all like him,
I don't know if he said
that's
top
cool.
10, but he's a service. He's a good receiver. He's not just
okay. So
I wouldn't even say he's average.
If he's a top 10, if he's not top 10, so you're trying to tell me you have a guy down at 25 or where you had him, and you don't even have a top
neither.
10.
No,
I think he's
three.
Wherever you had him,
Derek Carr.
Yeah,
Okay.
Derek Carr. You had him in the 20s. He don't have a top 10 receiver, but yet what are you telling me? What are you telling me? He's supposed to throw it and catch it? So you got to have a service. You have to have a serviceable receiver. Now, if he's not top 10, then what's the second receiver? Where he at in the league? Okay, where's the tight end? So now you're gonna make these guys one-dimensional. All right. We're going to stop the run. We're going to take Alvin Kamara away from you. You ain't got no way to throw the ball to, but we're going to want you to have a good season. So I think Derek Carr is a top 20 quarterback. And the numbers really prove that, right? It doesn't show up in wins, but if you look at the numbers, just specifically the numbers, that'll show you that he's top 20. All right. After that, Geno Smith. I thought Geno Smith kind of regressed a little bit. We know the year that he had 2 years ago. But that's who he is, right? He is really, to me, an overachieving backup quarterback. And he's never going to be – he got them to the playoffs 2 years ago, but I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that can take you to the Super Bowl, but he's a serviceable quarterback. You're going to win games with him. He can get you to the playoffs. He's that good. But I don't think he's good enough to get you to the championship game or even the Super Bowl.
Real quick, I was having this discussion about him. Again, I wasn't really a fan of him the first 4 years in the league, but would you consider him, because a bust means it's tiers to a bust? Would you consider him? What would you consider? Is he a bust to you? I don't think he is a bust. And this is the reason why. People put so much emphasis on where you're drafted, and where you're drafted is just based on potential, right? Where you're drafted is based on what you did in college, but that has no bearing on what you're going to do in the NFL. We've seen guys who've won Heisman trophies in college and haven't done dilly squat in the NFL. We have guys who, whether it be injury or whatever reason, didn't have a really good collegiate career, but have a Hall of Fame NFL career, right? So I think when you have a draft and you're looking for a quarterback, not all these guys are generational talents. Not all of these guys are starting quarterbacks, but it's a draft and you have to pick someone, and you need a quarterback, and you
you search and you do your diligence and you try to find the best guy that's going to fit with what you have to do. But I don't think he's a bust. I think he resurrected his career. I think the first couple of years you could consider him a bust, but I think he resurrected his career as what he did the last 2 years. Obviously, he got the big contract in Seattle. So I like Geno. But for me, honestly, at best, I think he's a backup quarterback, a really good backup quarterback. But he can win you games as a starting quarterback.
And I will say again, it does help his case that he had Sam Darnold in his draft class. So I will say that.
Okay, so let's get into it. Justin Herbert. I want you guys to go around the board and tell me, what has Justin Herbert done for me lately? Answer me this question. We all know the talent. This list is not about talent, right? This is not about the throws you can make on the field. This is not about the velocity and the tight spirals and look at that pretty ball and look at the off-platform with the drop his arm down. That's not what this is about, right? This is about production, okay? What have you done? Has Justin Herbert
define production for me. Define production. What do you mean by that? Do you mean success? Do you mean do those?
Yes, it's not
correlate?
just
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's part of okay. Again, let's talk about now. I will give him grace. His previous coach is god awful. Right, we understand that. I understand that. Okay, but at the same time, I mean, the time management and all that is just awful. But he hasn't been available, so he's had a lot of injuries.
What?
Go ahead.
He was hurt last season, but the season before last season was through for 5,000 yards.
Okay. This is a list for 2023, 2024.
I feel you. I feel you. But you say it like he chronically injured. He's not chronically injured.
Listen, this list is about what you did last year and what I think you're going to do this year.
I understand.
I don't care what you did 3 years ago. I don't care what you did 4 years ago. I don't care what you did in college. I don't care nothing about that.
You say he's always injured.
This is a 2024.
Okay.
It's going into 2025 NFL football list, a quarterback list. This is my list. This is how I feel. You could not like it. But
okay.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Okay. He was hurt. Yes. Again, he was hurt last year. He made all the throws. Does he have any playoff wins? He has two.
I feel you.
Two stud receivers. He had, well, they're both gone, but he had last year 2 stud receivers. Okay, tell me what's his play. Tell me what's his win percent. I want you to tell me as a starting quarterback. I want you to tell me. Look it up. I want you to tell me what his win percentage is.
It's probably off the top. It's probably 40 to 45%.
And so to me, so that's top 10 worthy in your eyes.
So
in
now,
your eyes,
don't bring him up.
My rebuttal to that would be like, so last season he had all the talent in the world on defense, and that defense played like a bottom 5 defense. So he don't have nothing to do with that.
His receivers,
and that's also on his team, mind you. They about to cut what's his name, mind you. So like my thing is like again, it's two-sided. They gave up. I don't have it in front of me, but that defense.
Here's my thing. You guys. So
then
they play
on top of that,
hold on. Okay. They play a team game, right? So you hold against Derek Carr his play with that terrible offensive line. The offensive line was bottom third in the league.
I'm glad you brought up offensive line.
So hold on now.
No, go ahead.
You're gonna bring Derek Carr and drop him down because of his play, even though he was 13th in the league, 26 and 8, and you're gonna tell me because he had a terrible offensive line, he's not any good. But Justin Herbert's defense, stop making excuses for this guy, man.
Bro,
okay, and it's not just you; it's on ESPN. Everybody, everybody prognosticating. Justin Herbert is top 10. Where? Show it to me. Where?
Hold on, real quick. I'm not gonna talk no more. Justin Herbert played 13 games last year, got sacked 29 times. Derek Carr played all 17 games, got sacked 31 times. So that don't tell you the offensive line play right there in the numbers. I don't know what does.
I don't get it. I don't understand what you're trying to say. You don't.
He played four less games than Derek Carr and got sacked three less times.
Okay.
So we're talking about quality of offensive line play.
No, but you're making. But you're making.
They went out. They went out and drafted a tackle. They went out and drafted like a tackle to protect him. Okay, so we're talking about O line. Like I can say the same thing. I can say the same thing.
They play a team game. Okay,
bro, I can say the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Justin Herbert to me is a middle of the league quarterback. Ain't nothing you can do or say that's gonna change my mind. Y'all can put him in the top 10. Y'all can put him wherever y'all want to put him.
I feel you.
Okay?
I feel you.
But let me tell you this:
it's slanderous.
He ain't higher than 17. I'm sorry. He's just not.
I feel you.
That's just what it is. Okay, 16. Russell Wilson. Okay, Russell Wilson. You know, I know everybody said last year, you know, he got ran out of Denver, everything like that. But Russell Wilson didn't have a bad season, right? They shut him down early of the season. I don't think he played the last two games.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't think he played the last two games because you know with the contract he was going to make more money. But I thought if you look at the numbers, he had a good season. I think he was like he was serviceable, right? He's not.
He had like 3,000. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not as terrible as everybody thought. Given all of the everything people were talking about on ESPN and like, oh, he's terrible. Now, he started off the season poorly, but again, you're in a new team, you're in a new offense. The head coach is brand new. He don't know what the hell he was doing. And listen, I love Sean Payton, but
it was dirty work. It was dirty.
This is here's the thing. Old school guys, a lot of these coaches, they try to fit. Look, this is my system, and you're gonna fit inside the system, right? But I think the really great head coaches, the really great ones, they say, okay, this is the guy I have, and I'm gonna build a system around it. I'm gonna tweak my system to fit what he does well. I know Sean Payton's offense is really like timing offense, like 1, 2, 3, get the ball out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get the ball out. Russ is not that type of player. So you should have traded him in training camp if you saw that. Okay, you get hired, you get the job. You understand? Okay, I have Russell Wilson as my quarterback. I don't know that he works in my system. You do OTAs. You say, you know what? I don't like. He's not throwing the ball the way I want him to throw it. He's not timing. You know, Russ is a guy that lets a play break down. He holds the ball a lot, so he takes sacks. A lot of sacks because he just holds the ball long. He's like a Ben Roethlisberger. That's how Ben Roethlisberger plays. He's right. You just hold the ball. You got 10, 5, you got 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds back there. Trying to make a play, and so I just don't think that he fit the offense. And Sean Payton didn't do a good enough job of doing the things that Russell likes and doing the things that fits his play style. I think when he got there, he felt like Russ has way too much power. He got a corner offense. What the hell is this? We're going to fix this. I'm going to teach him who the boss is. And they got off on the wrong foot, and they never should be like that. You got to coach the guys you have. And I don't think that he did that very well. And I like Sean Payton. I think that he's going to turn Denver around in the next couple of years. Denver's going to be right there. But that's where I'm at. So 15, Trevor Lawrence. Ain't much to say about Trevor Lawrence. To be honest with you, I think he's underachieving. We know he's a super talented guy. He's also a guy that gets hurt a lot. He gets injured a lot. I don't think he's ever played a full season. But he's really good. He gets and what I think helps him too is that he plays not in a very good division now. With Houston coming up,
exactly.
Now they're gonna be if they don't get their act together, they're gonna be second in that division for a very long time.
They didn't make the playoffs last year.
After
the last 8 games.
After that hot start, he started off pretty good, and I had him in fantasy last year. And you want to talk about a disappointment?
Oh, okay. I was about to say I had him in fantasy too, bro. I benched him midway through, bro.
I did
he couldn't pass over 20 yards.
No.
He couldn't pass for 2 touchdowns. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
He had a couple of games where he had 100-something yards passing. It was just ridiculous. I picked up Brock Purdy midseason, and I rode Brock Purdy all the way through the playoffs. Okay, so 14, First Cousins. Y'all know how I feel about him. You like that? First Cousins, that's my guy. I think, again, he's a really good quarterback. He's inconsistent, so that's why he won't get you. And like Kay said, my list is also, even though it's numbered, my list is also kind of tiered. You have guys who have no shot, I feel, making the playoffs and doing that. And then you have guys who can get their guys, who could get their team to the playoffs, but isn't going to go very far. And then you have the top tier guys who I think are can win a championship, can take their team to a Super Bowl. I think that Kirk Cousins in that middle tier, he has all the talent in the world around him. This is probably one of the better teams that he's been on player-wise. Obviously, I know Minnesota had Justin Jefferson and Addison last year. He didn't really get to finish that season with the injury. But this team, talent-wise, is as loaded as you get offensively. And I think they're going to do big things, especially with the addition of Judon. Before, I didn't think that they were going to – you guys kind of changed my mind on what I thought they were going to do. Now I feel like they're going to win that division. Obviously, we still have to find out. We have to find out about this quarterback situation because is Penix going to play? Is he not going to play? Is Kirk ready? Is he not ready? We don't know that yet. So that's going to be a big deal because you can't start. They have a difficult beginning to their schedule, so they can't start off 1-3. So we're gonna see where the quarterback is, but that's where I got Kirk Cousins, a solid number 14. And then at 13, I got my guy Tua. He's not really my guy. He's on my team. To say what? He's not really my guy. He's on my team. Listen, we gave him the contract, and honestly, listen, I'm all about my guys. I'm all about the players getting their money. Right, these owners got billions of dollars. They make a lot of money. These players are risking their lives going out there. I'm always for the players getting their money, but I'm for the guys who have proven that they're worth getting their money, and I still don't think he's proven that. My idea was, listen, he's got one more year in this deal at $23 million. We could franchise tag him for 2 years. The franchise tag for next year would be $38 million. The following year, franchise tag is going to go up a little bit, probably $39, $40 million, right? So we get him for $100 million. We sign him now for a 4-year extension. So that's after this year, you have another 4 years, which is a total of 5 years. He has $167 million guaranteed. We know his injury history. Why would we give him that extra 60? He was already going to, if we franchise tag him for 2 years, he was already going to make $100 million. And we got to stop with this. When guys get franchise tag, like, oh, he's looking for long-term security. Long-term security, he was going to make $100 million on franchise tag. We have to stop that. Like, franchise tag is such a bad thing. You're going to average the salaries of your position, and you're going to get paid the top tier of that. I mean, like, come on. What are we talking about, right?
He one little trip from cracking his cranium, bro.
All right? He one move wrong. Now he lose the weight. He was in the last year learning karate, how to fall. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? You a grown man. You talking about you taking karate with little kids because you need to learn how to fall and not knock your brain loose. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here, right?
Hey, what?
Listen. Let's not get. I'm getting personal. Let's not do that. Based on the numbers, we all know last year he led the league. He led the league in passing yards. He had like 30 touchdowns, over 30 touchdowns. His interception number is high, 14. I don't like that. 30 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. That's almost 50-50. That's not very good to me, but that's probably why we didn't beat the high quality teams, the teams with the winning record, because we couldn't get. We were turning the ball over when we faced good defenses. We turned the ball over. I blame my coach for some of that, getting away from the run. Right, we have to really be a run first team, and then we use the run to open that pass up and Tyreek to open the top. But that's where I got Tua, man. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Then 12, man, my guy, man, Jordan Love, man. I actually love. A lot of people talked about his contract. He just got paid a boatload of money for really putting together 8-game stretch because the full season wasn't very good. But when you look at the numbers, man, this guy threw for over 4,000 yards. This guy threw for like 30 touchdowns. He was just lighting it up. So we look at the first part of the year, and we didn't say like, oh, he was playing really good. But by the end of the year, man, he was the second half of the season. Jordan Love was the best quarterback in the NFL.
Halfway season.
He was the best quarterback in the NFL, and that includes with Patrick Mahomes. He was better. He was the best quarterback in the NFL second half of that season.
I agree.
Right, and that got him paid. Right, so I think that he's really good. I think if he follows this up with a really good season, they got a young team. They got a really good offensive-minded head coach. He could probably be top 10 going into next year. But this year I got him at 12. Then at 11, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts I think he really turned himself into a really great passer. What we got to work on is the turnovers, man, and scoring touchdowns. He's got the receiving core to do it. Now with them getting Saquon, I think that's really going to help the quarterback. Just like how Saquon helped Daniel Jones, he's definitely going to help Jalen Hurts with these numbers. What was that? The running back I just said. Saquon's really good at catching the ball in the flat, turning it up, and making some things happen. And I think that they're going to be in good shape. I like Jalen Hurts this year. I think they're probably going to win that division. Let's see what the Commanders look like. I don't believe nothing in the Cowboys. Cowboys don't want to pay nobody, so we are where we are. So I like Jalen Hurts to win the division again, and let's see what they can do in the playoffs. And that's pretty much my list, man. We're gonna move on to 10 and 10 through 1 next week and next week's episode. But to me, man, I like my list. I know everybody's gonna talk about the Justin Herbert thing, and I just listen again. Talent is one thing, and production is another thing, right? If you can't get into and again, he's in a tough division, I know, and I know he had his coach was probably just the worst coach in the NFL last year. He was, time management, timeouts, just awful. But I really don't think that he's a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion. And let's see what John Harbaugh does to revamp this offense. I know they went out and really bolstered the offensive line, right? They're going to run the ball, and then that's going to open up the pass. Who he's passing to, I think they're still probably a year away from John Harbaugh really getting a full grip on what's going on. Yeah. But that's where I'm at, man. I like my list. I think my list is at the top. I haven't heard y'all list yet. Obviously, we know Ethan's list is trash, but I'm interested to hear the rest of you guys' list, you and Caleb, and seeing like where we are, what we disagree on. Obviously, I know the Justin Herbert thing is going to be disagreeable, but that's how I feel, man. That's where I'm at.
So real quick, you didn't mention Dak, right?
No, he didn't. And for him to say that he doesn't trust in the Cowboys is wild.
But Ethan, you got to get the criteria.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay,
you got to look at the numbers. You got to look at the numbers.
Which is
Dak.
Before we start,
Dak was in the MVP conversation last year. Look at the numbers.
I'm also going to.
That's next week. That's next week's conversation.
But that's okay.
All right, hold on. All right, so let me go real quick. So I'll just go through my list real quick. So at 19, I have Geno. At 18, I have Baker. And I have him ahead of Geno because I think he's a slightly better version, just based off last year's success than Geno. But I think they're just like this, like they're like that. I have Trevor Lawrence at 17. That fantasy that he did with me last year hurt me more than apparently it hurt you. I don't know.
I mean that's 2 spots up.
Yeah,
he's pretty much in the same vein for me.
Yeah. So 16, I have First Cousins. And he's only at 16. If you look at his numbers, like because he played 8 games, if you double his numbers, he would have had, I think I remember it was 4,700 yards,
He would've led
30-something
the
plus
NFL.
touchdowns and like nine interceptions. Like he was
Yeah,
on pace
he would've
for
been
a crazy year.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
for real. And I'm gonna preface this by saying his injury affected him less on my list than it did Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is another one of those improvisers where his game is based like, I can get out the pocket, right? I don't know how he's gonna adjust coming back. But, you have to trust that foot or Achilles, and I don't know how that's going to affect his game coming back. So I will say with that, that injury affected Aaron Rodgers' number on my list more than it did Kirk Cousins. But Kurt at 16, I have Tua at 15. And to your point with Tua, I was going to say, just as a little caveat, was there at any point did you believe that, and I'm not going to say I am a Dolphins, I follow Dolphins, Did you think there at any point Dolphins were going to win that playoff game in Kansas City?
No
at
shot.
any point?
No shot, because
Okay.
That's all. Our season really turned. Our season really turned. I forgot what week it was, but when we played Tennessee and when we beat Dallas. That was
Tennessee.
All we had to do the last 3 games of the season, we had to win 1 game, and now we would have had a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Okay, we couldn't do it. We lost to Tennessee to Will Levis. Okay,
they were up.
I think they were like, that was like his first or second game starting. Like we just had to bring that game home, and we didn't do it. And then we went on. For some reason we could never beat Buffalo. The last game of the season, all you had to do, listen, beat Buffalo. We get a home playoff game. Buffalo would have had to come to Miami, and we couldn't get it done. I didn't think we had a shot. As soon as we lost those 3 games, and they said, "Oh, we got to go to Arrowhead, and it's gonna be 50-something below."
Yeah,
that's you can just forget about it.
Buffalo turned it up though.
We used to the warm weather, man. We used to humidity.
Well, listen,
man, we're not built for that. And I don't even think Kansas City lived there. They ain't built for that. Because you had fans who had fingers and toes getting cut off because they
getting amputated. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they not built for that neither, and they from there. So imagine us. This is ridiculous.
So I had Tua at.
Y'all know how I feel about Tua, man.
I know, and I have him at 15.
He really raises my blood pressure, because before he got drafted, the year before he got drafted, I was one of the ones. Tank for Tua.
Oh, I remember. I'll never forget.
He just really disappointed me, especially last year. We had everything. We stayed fairly healthy.
Still got everything.
As on the offensive side, we stayed fairly healthy. Defensively, we started to lose our, with Jalen Phillips going down, and Chubb going down, and our defensive line was really just demolished. And then now, but I'm hopeful, right? We got a new defensive coordinator. We're gonna change up. That Nick Fangio defense was trash. Let's not talk about
Lost
that.
his job for a reason, bro. Lost his job for a reason.
This guy playing zone. This guy, his literally.
All right, wait, don't rant. No, we ain't gonna go down that road. We ain't go down there. We ain't gonna do that.
I just want to finish this point, because now
go ahead.
My pressure blood high.
Go ahead.
His defensive philosophy is pay but don't break. Give up all the yards underneath and don't give nothing over the top. Man, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The year before that, when we had, we need to blitz and apply pressure. You understand what I'm saying? All the defenses that apply pressure to quarterbacks, they're always going to be more successful. This whole defensive scheme where we got goddamn J-Ram down back there doing all type of food. J-Ram is a man. He covers man, bro. You can't put no J-Ram in no zone and tell him, oh, he can't travel. He can't go and lock this guy down. What are we talking about? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead.
Ask him your question. Go ahead, ask him your question. Go ahead.
Calm down.
I know you was finna ask him a certain question. I know you wanted to ask him. Go ahead. So I got,
Are you nuts? Yo. I'm gonna let that one go.
So, Tua at 15. I have Jordan Love at 14. And again, this is just all he's probably going to be higher on this list. Like you said, he finished the season on fire. Obviously went into Dallas and made it Lambeau, Texas, or whatever you want to call it. So, super bright future.
He had them Cowboys crying.
Crying. You remember the one, the dude crying, his girlfriend like consoling him. He just like in her arms, bro. Making a grown man cry is crazy. I just can't. I can't understand it. That's wild. Okay, that's wild.
Pacifying a grown man is nasty work.
That's all I'm saying, right? So Jordan Love, I know he's kind of low now, but I feel like just the division he's in, I feel like attributes. It's a tough division. I think there's going to be some bumps and grinds with a full season in his belt. Teams adjusting to him, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm at 14. I have Russ at 13. I think I feel like a competent head coach goes. It does wonders for a quarterback. Obviously, Mike Tomlin is he? Well, I think other than no. Is he the longest tenured coach at one with one team right now? I think he is.
I think he is. I know it was Bill Belichick, but he left, and then
Andy hasn't been in Kansas City for as long as he's been.
The guy, he's losing. I remember the guy from Seattle,
Pete
Carroll. But now I think it is Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Okay, so yeah. So I mean, I don't have to say nothing about Mike Tomlin, right? So now he has a competent quarterback again, right? A veteran guy. You're not teaching the guy the ropes. Russ is accepted by some, not liked by some in the locker room. I think that'll work itself out. But I think they'll have a good season. Again, that's another gauntlet of a division with 4 teams that can make the playoffs. So again, it'll come with its bumps and grinds, learning those defenses because it's all about defense in the AFC North. But I have Russ at 13. All right, so this is probably where I'm going to break off from a lot of y'all. And again, this is just because of the injury. But I have Aaron Rodgers at 12 right now. And again, I think.
Where Ethan at? I just want to see his face. Okay, go ahead.
I have him at 12. He's 40 years old. Okay, for one, coming off that injury, and again, like I said, we have improvisers in the game, the Russes of the world, the AreYouNutzz. The AreYouNutzz best throws. I mean, what is he doing? He leaning this way, 100 degrees this way, just sidearming. Like, can he still do that? We don't know. Okay. Obviously, that foolishness they were talking about with him coming back last season and stuff. I knew he was not. I think I made a bet with somebody, and they're lucky I can't remember who I made that bet with. But I made a bet with someone like, yo, he's not coming back. Like, do you understand what an Achilles injury is for a quarterback? Like, come on, man, cut it out. And he's 39 years old at that point. So, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, I think he has a great offense around him. How that team meshes, like it. They had obviously the quarterback play was abysmal after A-Rod went down last year. So again, you went from playing for a Super Bowl to not gonna make the playoffs. It could take a toll on you. So I love to see that team come together. Obviously with him at the helm, see how they adjust. Obviously they have the Dolphins, the Bills in that division, so we'll see how that goes. But I have him at 12, just to see how he comes back from injury. That's why he's so low for me. At 11, I have Jaylen. Oh yeah, my last one. I have Jalen Hurts. Like you said, he regressed a bit, obviously coming off the Super Bowl run. They were talking about he had a plethora of injuries last season that they said he was battling. If you're on the field, you got to play. So I'm not going to make that an excuse.
There's something weird with that relationship between him and the coach. We all know the quarterback,
or whatever his name is.
Usually the quarterback coach has to be in lockstep, and it's clearly not working over there for some reason, for whatever reason.
I agree with that, and I think even with that, because Kente, I don't know if you met Kente, y'all, Ethan and Caleb, y'all know Kente, but he's a Philly fan, and beyond even Nick Sirianni, how you say his name, Sirianni? Yeah, even beyond his relationship with Jalen Hurts, the relationship between Jalen Hurts and why am I blanking on the receiver? The buff, what's in AJ Brown? My bad.
It's weird because they're really good friends off the field. So it's like it was weird how they were arguing and fighting on the sideline in game. Yeah, it was just a weird.
So the whole offense was just weird. You know what I mean? So hopefully this year, with Dallas having all those off-field distractions, they can take the division again. I think Jaden Daniels is going to have something to say about that. I think as we get later in the season, but. I have Jalen Hurts at 11. I don't love him at 11, but it was a down year by their standards. Obviously, losing how they did in the playoffs to Baker Mayfield. I mean, it was just it was downhill the second half of the season, and then the utter collapse and destruction in the playoffs. So that's my 19 through 11. Anybody got any gripes they want to fix with me? Anything, Ethan? I know I
No,
put
I
you
mean,
at 12.
I think it was pretty solid. I know Ethan probably has something to say about where A-Rod is. I don't got him too far from where you got him,
I
so
don't mind him
I'm
at
cool
12.
with that list.
All right, okay. Not me. Okay. Let me know in the comments, bro, because I think I'm number one now with the best list. But y'all can let me know.
I don't know about
Sure.
all that. Hey,
Alright.
don't ever
All
play
right.
yourself.
Okay, so
Oh, here we go. Rashad McCann, here he comes. My fault. Go ahead, bro.
all right, here we go. So
Hey, it's always got to be one.
and okay, at 19, I have Kyler Murray. At 18, I have Baker Mayfield. At 17, I have Trevor Lawrence. At 16, I have Russell Wilson. 15, I have Kirk. 14, I have Tua. 13, oh, y'all got to hit me for this one. 13, I have Dak.
I know.
12,
I knew it.
12, I have Jordan Love. And then
I
11,
can't get behind that.
11, I have Jalen Hurts.
Bro,
So-
I really can't. I really can't with you, bro. Like,
I can't.
I know you was gonna do with the. I thought it was really gonna be the Aaron Rodgers thing, but
What, in 19 through 12?
to be that, yeah, I mean, no, I thought you were gonna I thought your list was gonna be. I was actually rolling with you. I was cool. Like I'm going on this. I'm like, all right,
Until
that's not
13?
too shabby. I was like, that's not too shabby. And then you said Dak, man. You're gonna have to make a point.
So you're just upset.
You're gonna have to make your point about Dak because when you look
So
at the
you had-
numbers, man.
I'll make it.
So you had him at where? 13?
I have Dak at 13.
Okay. Why? Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna start at 19 and then go down.
Yeah, you said 12.
19, I had Kyler Murray. I feel like he possibly can have a bounce back season. I know he was hurt last year. Maybe he can have one of the not all time, but yeah, I guess for him, one of the all time season that he's had post injury. This might be his last year in Arizona as well. I mean,
I think he gets traded by the trade deadline if they don't have a good season going.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
If not earlier, because you know what happens every year. Every year, quarterback goes down, and there's some movement in the quarterback mid-season.
Yeah.
Who they signed? They signed another backup quarterback. I can't remember who. 18, I have Baker. I have him here, like Kyle said, I would kind of compare him to Geno, but a better version. Obviously, he was able to get more done. Won a division down here. Not like the NFC South is a good division. It might be the worst of them all. But, I mean, hey, he got to the playoffs. Man, I'm not saying that they can't get there again, but the Falcons will have to have everything rocking for them. And then that's how the Buccaneers don't get into the playoffs. Lawrence, we already talked about him. He had a hot first half of the season. I remember I was just watching the second half, and I was like, bro, this man, oh my goodness, man, the fall off was hard. It was hard. Him and Jalen Hurts literally kind of did the same exact thing, but that's why I have him at 17. 16, I have Russ, and y'all might be like, oh, that's a little low because I'm a Russ fan.
I'm with you there.
What you said about Russ earlier about how he holds the ball too much, and that Steelers O-line is not that good. I know y'all seen it. That Steelers O-line is not that good.
No.
And if him and Justin Fields like to hold the ball if they hold the ball too long, I mean, I'm not saying that you're gonna have a replay of last year with who's the quarterback they had last
Listen,
year?
I'm gonna go out on the limb right now. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be Mike Tomlin's first losing season since he's been a head coach. I'm gonna go on the limb.
About that.
But we got it on tape. All right, that's as long as we got it on tape.
I'm gonna go out on the limb. I don't think they win. I don't think they win more than 9 games. And I love Russ, and I do.
I do too. But
I think they have. They have a stud of a receiver in Pickens on the outside. They have a running game. I mean,
Najee Harris.
Najee.
But
they have everything in place. I don't love what I see. Obviously, it's preseason. Russ is coming off the calf injury. He ain't 100% yet. I don't love what I've seen about Justin Fields. I think honestly, man, I was one of them Justin Fields guys. It's like he got to get out of Chicago, and he's got to get a new scenery. And now I see him in the new scenery. I'm like, that's the same guy.
Yeah, y'all was bashing me talking about why you wouldn't want him in Atlanta. Yeah, I told y'all why I wanted him in
That's
Atlanta.
the same guy. That's the same guy, man. He holds the ball too long. He doesn't trust his eyes. He doesn't trust his eyes. You got to understand, man. NFL, man, guys ain't gonna be running open, man. You got to throw these guys open. The ball placement has to be right. The fumbles is just awful. He got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
But
hey, so 15, I had Kirk. Kirk is coming off the Achilles as well. He's getting up there in age too. I know we talked about he was on track for, he was going to have a season with Minnesota. Was they going to win a playoff game? I don't know. That man only got one in his career, and he's been playing for how long? Lord have mercy. 14. This is where 14 is Tua. 14 and 13 were kind of, A-B for me, but Tua, I don't think. Hold on, I don't. Last year I was watching and I was like, they were doing great in the first half of the season. Tyreek was going stupid. The defense was going stupid because y'all had Jaylen. Let me tell you something. That Miami defense, I'm gonna be honest with you, that Miami defense is real when healthy. And then injuries just started to happen. I remember watching the Jets game when Phillips went out. I was like, no shot. That was like a blow in the leg. If I'm being, dang.
Listen, man.
Wow.
No,
but that was really a shot.
Man, I almost listen, man. Cried, man. When I seen that, I was like, man,
a historic season.
Our season is over because that's the strength of our defense. The strength of our team, besides the offense, what's our defensive line? Our secondary was still shaky. J. Ram, obviously, he missed like the first 6 games of the season, so he was working himself back in. And like our defensive line was the strength of our defense, and we just got ravished on that side of the ball, man, and it just tore up our whole season to me.
Yeah. So, I think he's gonna, and not to say that his seasons are mediocre, but for the type of player that Tua is, and I guess the system that he in, the players that he's around, Miami should be getting to the AFC.
Listen, his season was mediocre because you can't look at the numbers, what he had. It's what he could have had.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in Miami,
he could have had a historic season. He could have been in the running for MVP. We were talking about almost 6,000 yards he could have threw for, man.
They could have,
but he had some games. He had some games where he just couldn't. I mean, after you saw that Denver game, they put 70. You're like, oh, crazy! Oh, we finna run the league, and he just fell flat, man.
Yeah, that I think that Miami at least should be making AFC Championship game, but hey, fully healthy anyways. 13, this is where y'all had gripes with me, but I had Dak. I know the numbers look beautiful. I know they do. But
y'all gonna turn me into a cowboy defender. And I absolutely cannot stand the Cowboys.
I know you can't, and that's fine. And I will be. I told Kyle before we got on here. I said, bro, if there is everyone on the earth, and there's one person on, I will be that Dak hater. Listen, if I'm thinking, I understand his numbers. I understand his numbers look good.
Like he could be a hater dog. No,
yes. If I'm, asking,
but
hold on,
you got to give me. Yeah, you got to give me.
If I'm asking a Cowboys fan, or if I'm asking myself, if I'm going to be a fan of that franchise, I'm looking over the past. I mean, you could say a long time, but specifically with Dak, I'm looking over the past 4 years, and I'm saying he's gotten us to 12, 13, around 11, 12, whatever it is, right? Wins per season. But then I'm looking at the playoffs, and I'm like, this man, for the life of me, can't get out the second round. If you want to put it in NBA terms, I'm looking at Philly fans, and I'm like, you have the MVP in Joel Embiid, but for whatever reason, you can't get out the second round. And that's not to say because he doesn't. I don't know if he has the weapons.
He's only one player.
Hold on, excuse me. Dak has he got outplayed by Jordan Love and Jerry World.
And what did that defense do? Tell me what the defense did.
You keep
The
blaming.
defense can stop somebody.
Did Dak throw an
So
interception?
what you're saying is Dak should be able to score 50 on his own. That's what you're trying to tell me. Like, what you trying to say?
Stop. No,
listen, say it with your chest. What you trying to say? Tell me what you're trying to say. Don't beat around the bush. Tell me what you're trying to say.
Ethan, with the Joel Embiid like comparison, Joel Embiid's still a top 10 NBA player, right?
Listen, what I'm getting at here, and this is what I'm about to get at.
Go ahead.
This is what I'm about to get at.
5.
Yeah, but whatever. Dallas was averaging 30. What? I said yes. Dallas
I'm saying what Kay said. I'm saying he had like a playoff success, but he's still a top 5 player in the league.
Dallas was what you
y'all got Justin Herbert.
Dallas was averaged 35 points, I think, or maybe even a little bit more at home. And I want to say that half of that or more came from their defense because their defense was good. So I will give you their defense was sorry, but this is the problem. If statistics, and I looked at it.
The numbers tell you.
Listen, I looked at it. Statistics showed when Dallas was able to force turnovers and Dak was able to start from the 50 or more, not driving the entire field, bro, they would be able to score. But you know what that Packers defense is doing?
Yeah.
That Packers defense said, hey, guess what, Dak? You're going to have to drive this entire field to score me. And you know what he did? Oh, pick, 4 and out, pick 6, 4 and out, turnover, 4 and out, 4 and out, 4 and out. I'm not that's if I'm getting that for years and
You're talking about one game.
Excuse me. You're in the playoffs and you're at home. You're acting like it doesn't matter.
Ethan, you sound like Skip Bayless.
So his entire
you sound like Skip Bayless.
His entire season, the over 4,000 yards, the touchdown to interception ratio, all of that, you want to boil it down to one game.
Wait.
You're in the bottom of the league because this one game.
Go ahead. Wait, Kay, what you say? Go ahead, Kay.
So what you're saying is you're only looking at the playoffs. You're not looking at the rest of the season. That's what
I just sat here and said that his numbers in the regular season look great, but I'm also sitting here and I'm saying, hey,
you can't say but after saying that.
What are you doing for me? You haven't done anything for me. You have not brought me closer to. And Jerry,
listen. Enough of this. Listen.
Let me finish.
You haven't named Justin Herbert yet, and you got Justin Herbert in the top 10. That means you got Justin Herbert in the top 10, and you're gonna sit here and tell me that you talking about what Dak haven't done, but you got Justin goddamn Herbert in the top 10. Are you nuts?
Yeah, I got him in the top 10. Let me say this.
You lost your.
You want to know what Jerry said? Jerry said that we are going as far as Dak can take us. Dak can't take you nowhere, and I'm leaving with that.
Who gives a Jerry said?
Number 12. Number 12, I got.
Tell me who cares about what Jerry said.
Number 12, I got Jordan Love. Listen, like Unc said, Jordan Love was by far, and I was following the Packers.
Ethan, you got to stop being a prisoner of the moment, bro.
Excuse me, I'm not a prisoner of the moment.
He's like Skip Bayless. He'll take an entire game and then boil it down to one goddamn play and say, I know he had 40, but look what he did in the last 30 seconds.
Bro, I can talk about multiple games.
That's bullcrap, bro.
I can talk about multiple games. You could be mad. He's staying at 13. He ain't moving.
I don't care what you do. Hey,
Love.
everybody put in the chat. This list is horrible. Hey, I want to see all the trash can emojis in the chat, please. For Ethan and trash can emojis. This is absolutely ridiculous. You're turning me into a cowboy, a fanboy.
Yeah, sure.
A fanboy. Listen, I hate the Cowboys. I don't like nothing about them. But this is absolutely insanity when you're talking about.
Listen, I'm glad for you. You stay over there.
What is your defense of Justin Herbert got him in the top 10 that you can't think about that? Are you out of your mind?
I'm going to get to that when we get to the top 10 because that's where he belongs.
Ethan, you got to be
number 12. Number 12, we got Jordan. I was watching the Packers the latter half of the season. And I was actually telling a couple of my friends that we talk football with constantly. I was like, bro, that this man, I feel like this man could be the real deal. I'm seeing Aaron Rodgers as obviously he was behind him while Aaron was still there.
Oh, now this makes sense. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, now
Before
you
he-
see. Now you
no,
see what the glaze.
no.
Okay.
He didn't switch
Okay.
players. Hey,
Oh.
Kyle, he didn't switch players. He didn't got rid of Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm gonna glaze over here. I'm gonna
He's
put
like,
a little bit of this glaze over
Aaron
here.
Rodgers sprinkled his magic pixie dust on him. I got to have him on my team.
So,
I get it now.
so he was behind Aaron, but y'all can't deny it. Y'all see it, but it don't even matter.
We just talking about the glaze.
I saw him.
Too much glaze.
And I was watching him, and I was like, "Bro, this guy's him." Even when going into Dallas, I bet with a couple of my friends, they were like, "Oh, Dallas, they're gonna whoop up on them, blah blah whatever." I said, "Bro, this is gonna be that Packers team that Aaron has not lost to the Cowboys in the playoffs. Never happened, and never will happen. It's gonna be the same with Jordan Love." And guess what he did? He walked in there and he crushed them. So I got him at 12. I think that he continues this next year. He might be. We said the last video we were talking about. Who's in that division? The Lions. Unc said he had the Bears, or expecting the Bears to win 11 games, whatever it is. I don't think. I think that the Packers would be 1 or 2. I still think the Lions are up there. I don't think the Bears are going to climb that quick. Maybe next year, not next year, but the following year. I can see that. And then
They have everything they need.
11, I have Jalen Hurts as well. He could be higher, but that last year, I mean, you talk about with the coach, you talk about with AJ Brown, it was very mediocre. And I told y'all, I don't know if I told y'all this last week, but I was watching the games and I'm like, bro, the Eagles are like, they're squeezing these wins out. It's not like they're beating these teams. Like, they're barely winning. They're squeezing these teams out. It came to beat them. It came to bite them in the latter half of the season where they were like, yo, you cannot win close games. Like, every game that you watch from, I want to say, week 11 on, they could not win close games. They could not close it out. I think Dallas was the last game that they won that was close. And they, like I said, they barely won that. Barely. So, and then you, like Kyle said,
but those games are always close.
No, but
they're the division rivals.
With Dallas,
those games
sure,
are always...
sure. But I'm saying they barely won that. I think the previous year that was not that close. But I will say this, like Kyle said, with how they went down there, I knew that they were going to lose to the Buccaneers, bro. The team just looked. The team was not together. It was just discombobulated. Like, it was just a whole bunch of things going on. Nobody. Like, it was almost like AJ and him were speaking. The coach and him weren't on the same page and stuff like that. It was a done deal for them, I think, from like week 11. But I do think that they can have a bounce back year with Saquon there, but it would be Saquon needs to stay healthy and not get hurt. But that's my only gripe.
Well, he's not playing with Daniel Jones anymore. He does have to get 30 touches a game.
I know, but that's my only gripe with him. And then we'll see how. I know Kelsey was, he was still all pro center. See what happens with that replacement.
Thank you for your list.
Well, he handpicked. He handpicked. Kelsey handpicked his replacement, so he better be good.
Hey, I agree.
Well, thank you for your list, Ethan. The Dak slander.
Hey,
I can't
wish
believe
I had an extra
that.
hand so I could give it 3 thumbs down. It's ridiculous.
Y'all literally only disagree with Dak. That's it. If it wasn't Dak there, y'all would literally be glazing this list.
Hey, I was cool. I was riding with you.
Do you like?
I was sliding with you too.
Do you like Love at 12 and not Love at 12?
Yeah, we got the same stuff. I had Jalen Hurts at 11. I had Jordan Love at 12. We got the same 13 was 2. Like, we got the same list.
You have Dak in your top 10. So who did you have outside of it? Who did you put in that I don't?
Justin Herbert.
We're gonna find out next week. Exactly.
It was Herbert.
Wait, Justin Herbert's in your
I want to see where you got Justin Herbert, because this is the glaze is insane.
You talking to me? Kyle got him in his top 10 too. Listen,
I do.
All right, Kay. I want to hear Kay list. Enough about Ethan list. You could, Ethan, ball that up and throw that in the garbage.
Mine was better.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. At 19, I have Derek Carr. Mid is gonna be mid every time. At 18,
you should have seen on his face. Oh my goodness,
mid is gonna be mid every single time. You know what you're gonna get out of him. At 18, I have Baker Mayfield. We're salvaging the potential that we originally thought you had.
Okay.
And, At 16, I have Justin Herbert. Oh no, I'm sorry.
17.
At 17, I have Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
At 16, I have Justin Herbert. At 15, I have Jordan.
Thank you, Kate. Somebody with some sense.
At 15, I have Jordan Love. Now, when I get to 15, these are guys who can actually like win you playoff games and sustain that success for a long period of time.
Wow.
So you think Jordan Love is really the worst of the best quarterbacks that can get you to the playoffs?
No, but like it's hard because it's just
Justin Herbert can't get you there. Period.
And hold on. And Uncle was just yelling about Derek Carr. So you mean to tell me Derek Carr can't get you that either?
No. Okay. Again.
No, he said it's
Jordan Love.
but the
thing is, though, right? Jordan Love has, at this point in his career, Derek Carr is what he is. Jordan Love has potential to grow. So
okay, what about
that's
Baker?
why I have him where he is.
Bro, we're not talking about no Baker, bro. Like
Baker.
What are you arguing? You arguing about Baker?
We're salvaging potential here. At this point,
everybody is everybody is a mixed match bag of nuts.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but go ahead, Kat.
If you put everybody mixed match, you get a mixed bag of nuts.
Yeah. Okay. Say it one more time.
At 14, I have, and this one might be a little controversial, but at 14, I have CJ Stroud.
Come on.
Now, hold on.
Hey, you was going so good.
Wait.
Caleb, before you say that.
He's not
Caleb.
He should be in second place.
He should be in fourth place. Lord have mercy. He should be in fourth place. Oh, that was
14.
At 14, I have CJ Stroud.
Okay, now I'm anxious to hear 13. Because
what's 14 now?
Go ahead.
You gotta explain it, okay? Why is he at 14?
CJ Stroud, he's. I mean, the thing is, the guys that I have above him are proven. So like, even though having a hard time, okay.
Go ahead on.
Let him finish because he might have a
13, I have Russ.
I can't.
At 12, I have Jalen Hurts, and at 11, I have Brock Purdy.
Can you tell me the last time
so Brock Purdy's
had a playoff win?
You said who?
What are we talking?
Hold on. Two was in your top 10.
Hey, again, my list doesn't start till like the top 6. As far as like,
how come you always keep pushing your list back?
Yeah, he said it'll start to 15. Now it's 12, 13.
Okay, like. But
then
again,
the list
it's
start
based on. But you, okay,
now the list don't really start till 6.
Okay, but my thing is this: you're putting too much stock in the numbers. To me, all these guys are like in the same realm.
But
hold on, Caleb. But you said that this is
Stroud at 14.
Stop. He said that there's
all
more
these guys
people.
are in the same realm.
He said there's more people above him that are proven. I need to know. Tua has yet to win a playoff game. I'm a little confused here.
Brother, again, all in the same tier for me.
So are you saying that there's tiers within tiers, or are we like when you said in the same tier, like I feel like saying CJ Stroud and
okay, so
who'd you have before him? Who's right before him?
We said Brock Purdy.
No, who's 13?
At 13, I had Russ.
Okay, so off of last year and even the last. Well, I guess it's rookie season.
But the thing is, I don't know. It's me being biased, but I still believe in Russ. Me personally.
We all believe in him.
We all believe in Russ. We all think he's still a good player. But how can he be above C.J. Stroud, who won Rookie of the Year, who just won a playoff game?
4,000 yards. What do you have? Like almost 30 tubs and 5 picks, bro. Only 5 picks as a rookie.
First of all, he didn't throw his first pick to like game 11.
I'm stuck on this Tua and Brock Purdy thing. What?
Well, Brock Purdy's not in his top 10, which I'm not mad at you for, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, but the fact still remains you have Justin Herbert in your top 10, both of you. So
I do.
I don't want to hear anything.
I do.
Both of y'all lists. Both of y'all lists.
Because either way,
both of y'all lists is hogwash.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Anyway,
I have him then.
But like for me,
name anyone outside the top 10, and I'm taking Justin Herbert over him. So it's fine, bro. It's okay.
Like for me again, like I didn't get too hung up on the ranking as far as the numbers. To me, all these guys are in the same tier. You could argue I won't disagree with you. Like CJ Stroud, in my opinion, is definitely better than Tua, right? But like I'd say like that top 8, 7 is where I say like you're upper echelon to me.
Is that where Tua is? Sorry, let's not get ahead of
No,
ourselves.
he's not top 8 or top 7.
Top 10 is just disgusting too. But
like, bro, like I say knocking down in his playoff.
Caleb,
Ethan had the worst list, bro. But
I
think K, you got the worst list.
Again, you're getting too caught up in the numbers. You get too caught up in where.
K, we're doing a tier, a ranking system. What you mean?
Okay, first, I'm not.
The basis of our list are literally numbers.
He's like, I know what the rules are, but I don't give a.
It's literally numbers.
Hey, bro, listen.
Hey, K, rank your favorite foods. I'm gonna put cheeseburgers at 10, but my top 10 is just bro, that don't make no sense, bro. Like what?
Listen.
Come on, bro.
Hey, K, I was rocking with you.
It's tears for me. It's tears.
Okay.
Man.
All right, K. All I know is, bro, I thought Ethan was by far and away gonna piss me off. But you pissed me off more.
I piss you off when me and your list look identical.
I said I thought you was. You wilding with the Dak thing though, because I mean the buddy threw for third most yards in the league last season. But that's neither here nor there. All right. Sure. So what I want everyone in the chat to do is please let us know who got the best. What is that? 19 through 11, and who has the worst 19 through 11.
Listen,
we're gonna let them figure that one out because my goodness gracious.
Listen, there's not even a question. There's not even a question.
My goodness gracious.
If they put Ethan list on the top, this podcast is gonna be ended before it even starts.
hey, you want to know something?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Me and Kyle's list are probably literally gonna be at the top, and yours is not. You're disrespecting Justin Herbert, and
listen, if you put mine at the bottom, I'm not offended, man.
Well, you put CJ Stroud at 13, so I think that's.
I think the Justin Herbert slander. I didn't start this list to really talk about thinking we was going to talk about Justin Herbert as much as we did. But clearly, he is a very divisive player amongst us, and that's good to know. So
yeah, because because both of you are nuts,
bro. You know what?
It's
okay.
Nuts.
It's okay.
Both of you.
I already told you how much I think coaching affects the quarterback play. You have an abysmal coach. The defense can't play a lick. Your O-line is trash. But you still throw for 4,600 yards. I don't know what you want to do, but that's neither here nor there, okay?
Your receivers keep dropping.
All right, you know what I'm saying?
Quentin
Johnson got brick hands, bro, or whatever his name is.
What have you done in the playoffs? What is Dak doing? And you boiling down all to one game. But then you got the Justin Herbert. What was Justin Herbert when Dak was playing in the playoffs? The same place me and you was on our goddamn social. He was doing the goddamn.
Hey! You said it's a team sport, right? Who's always had the better team than him? You said it's a team sport.
I don't care about that.
Who
has the better team?
Now you don't.
Listen, go out there and perform,
convenient
man. And
for you, isn't
and
it?
here's the thing, though.
Convenient.
I don't want it to make it seem like I don't like Justin Herbert because I do. I think he's super talented. I just don't think he's lived up to the potential that he's shown. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm saying that the talent that he's shown me, he should be top 10. He should already have a team in the playoffs, regardless of his head coach. You understand what I'm saying? If you're really that guy, if you're really him, right? Like, come on, man.
I disagree. In terms of teams. All like Hall of Fame and great quarterbacks have always had at least you could say defense. I don't know about offense, but have at least always had a top 10 defense. You can't say that for Justin Herbert at any point in his career, and his receivers and O-line have been very iffy since he's been in LA. And what
are you nuts?
Hold on.
No,
Ethan.
Are
you dumb?
Hold on.
Okay, so listen.
Can you let me finish? I was just about to say, besides Williams and Keenan Allen, his defense has.
Oh, so what you want him to have? What you want his skill set?
Ethan, be quiet. Ethan, stop. Ethan, you're not helping this case. Ethan, you're not helping this case. You're using all the wrong points. You're using the wrong points.
About teamwork.
Ethan. He had Austin Eckler too at running back. Ethan, relax. Just leave it alone. We're going to pick up this conversation because obviously he's in 2 of our top 10s for next week. So it's going to come up again. Don't worry. We will continue this next week as we continue going to our top 10 and obviously who we think is the best quarterback in the league, which I hope would be unanimous, but I guarantee you it won't be.
Listen, if it ain't unanimous, I'm signing off.
It won't be.
So with that said, we're going to transition. So we're going to go into some of our shorter topics. So we're going to do, are you stupid or are you dumb? And then we're going to end it with a little Ung's Corner because Ung got something cooking up that's been burning on his chest.
I got to talk about it.
So for the are you stupid or are you dumb topics, the first topic we have at hand is the Atlanta Falcons coaching staff. Is Raheem Morris stupid or dumb for not playing Michael Penix the last two preseason games? Unc, I know you had a visceral reaction when that came out in our chat, so please let us know.
No. I want to hear what Ethan and y'all. You guys are Falcons fans, and you guys don't seem appalled at this. And so I want to hear what do you guys? Why aren't you upset about this?
I'll say this.
This is my team. The Falcons was my team. If that was the Dolphins, I would be causing all type of stir and melee. There's gonna be some furniture moving. What the hell is going on?
You want to know the difference?
So Ethan, do you think it is stupid or dumb?
Before I answer that, I'm gonna answer because he said, "Why are we not appalled?" Listen, I'll give it from the Atlanta perspective. The Falcons have been a poverty franchise their entire career. You understand what I'm saying? Their entire existence. Okay, we made it to the Super Bowl in 2016. The biggest heartbreak in sports history. I missed everything else. That's the biggest heartbreak ever. You understand what I'm saying? It's been nothing but failure and letdown year after year after year. So I mean, this year I feel like there is a little bit more hype in the city and everyone is a little bit more ready for this. I think it might be a little dumb not to play him, considering that they haven't made the decision for who's starting week 1. I've yet to hear the decision yet, and I don't even know who.
But that doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what the decision is.
No, but I'm saying, I feel like he should at least get. Even if you don't want to play him the whole thing, you could play him the half to get warmed up for the last preseason game before the regular season starts, and especially in the case that he has to start because Kirk isn't fully healthy. Because, like I said, we still don't know what's going on with him. So, I think that's just I think it's a little dumb and a little I think it's dumb. And he didn't really have an answer for it either. When the people asked him, I realized that. I went on Twitter, but he did not have an answer for.
This is absolutely stupid. Go ahead, Kyle, the other Falcon fan on the.
Well, I was gonna let Kay go, and then I'll go. Kay,
go ahead, Kay.
You think it's stupid or do you think it's dumb?
I think it's totally stupid. It's just, to me, I'm kind of on side with this one. I think even if you're not starting, you want to get the most reps as possible, whether or not you just want to get adjusted to the NFL, period. So for me, even if if I'm Penix, I'm fighting the coaching staff on that one.
You shouldn't even be in Atlanta in the first place. Horrible draft.
I'm not going to check anything up as a rookie, but I'm fighting the coaching staff on that one because, for me personally, I want every opportunity to succeed, and that's just not indicative of being successful, especially if Kirk isn't going to be ready day one. So I think you set yourself up for failure.
Listen, the whole city of Atlanta was appalled when he was picked in the draft. But that doesn't disqualify the fact that he's
Kirk is getting old though. Like he's not, So
that was an awful pick.
That's a terrible pick. We just paid him $170 million guaranteed.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And until he's 40 years old. And you mean to tell me we're going to draft a rookie quarterback?
If you know that you wanted to draft a rookie quarterback, don't even sign Kirk. Like, why even sign him? That don't make no sense. Go ahead, Kyle.
I don't know if I guess I have no reaction to this because this is not unexpected from this franchise for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
I
saying.
will say, like,
So you guys are so disappointed in your franchise that it doesn't even bother you that.
You don't know what it means to be an Atlanta
my
fan.
thing is, like, I listen to sports radio every day here in Atlanta, so like the audio and stuff like they get from like Rod and like, you know, the OC, Kirk himself and stuff that they don't play really in the national media. Like, you know, I know you listen to sports radio too, down there, for the Dolphins and stuff. To me, I think they already know Kirk starting. Like, I don't know, you know, just the whole semantics and something to talk about. I feel is why they haven't come out and just be like, oh, Kirk starting. But I'm pretty, based on what they say, like with the guys when they were out there, like during training camp and stuff, like Kirk gonna start. Now, why Penix is not playing? I can't understand why, unless they think like Kirk has a higher probability of like something tweaking or whatever to where he's not ready week one. And like, well, we're not going to put out the guy who we want to start. Like, I don't know. I can't say what the mindset is, but I think it's just dumb. Like, I mean, he could have played at least the second game. If you want to sit in the third game, cool. But like, you could have played him the second game. I know Raheem was like, you know, the joint practice with y'all down there in Miami. He was like, I saw everything I needed to see. Da 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 da. Like, oh, I mean, okay. And he don't got to prove nothing to me. Like, I mean, you the coach, bro. So like, I'm gonna take your word for it. But I'm just like, I don't think playing in the second game would hurt at all. You know what I mean? So I think it's dumb. I don't think it's stupid. But it's like, bro, just throw him out there. Like, get the people what they want, and let me see him live on air or on against another team.
Listen, so now. To me, man, if you put dumb and you put stupid in a pot and you mix it up, you get a picture of Atlanta Falcons. Okay? Because let me tell you, football, and I think Shannon Sharp says this, football players get better at playing football by playing goddamn football. You got to play football in order to get better at playing football. How do you come in as a rookie, whether he's starting day one or if he's going to sit for the entire year? You need reps. You need live reps. Don't tell me about no live practice where you got the red jersey on when niggas can't even breathe on you. That's not an actual game. You need to be in the game where niggas is trying to knock your head off in order for you to get the timing, the rhythm, the speed of the game. When you get into these preseason games, first of all, you're already not playing the starters. You're already not playing guys that are probably going to be on the team. Okay, so you're really not playing that top tier competition anyway. And for the people when you say, "Oh, what if he gets hurt?" Listen, you have to play football. Football is an inherently dangerous sport. Okay, you cannot coach scared. You can't play scared. You have to be able to play football. You already know that, okay, Kirk Cousins is either going to start or not start. If Kirk Cousins starts and plays the entire year, that means that Penix will not get reps with the starters at all the entire year.
Why he should have never been drafted there in the first place.
Listen,
if he plays week one, you're telling this rookie, hey, we know you only played one preseason game, not even a whole game. We know you only played 2 quarters of a preseason game, but go out there on national TV where it counts, where it's live, where it matters, and go ahead and be successful.
And hold it down
I think
for
this
us
is
while
the
Kirk
most
is
dumbest, stupidest, whatever you want to call it. It's just god awful. Listen, I like Raheem Morris, man, and I want him to succeed. You know, I always want, you know, my black coaches to go out there and achieve the at the highest level, you know. But I mean, come on, Raheem, man, what are you guys doing, man? Okay, first of all, you draft the guy. You get Kirk Cousins in free agency. Okay, you don't let him know he watching the draft. I just got $167 million. I'm cool. He sitting there watching the draft. Atlanta Falcons pick come up. You draft another quarterback. Listen, the whole idea, concept, premise of drafting a quarterback is when you don't have one and you're going to build a team around a rookie quarterback, use that rookie pay scale deal, build the best team that you can, and hopefully win in that window if you hit on a quarterback before you have to pay that guy. So now you sign this guy who's essentially going to be a backup quarterback, with the 8th pick, which means that he has a high salary to be a backup. And then if Kirk get injured, he has no live reps for weeks and months beforehand. Like, come on, man. This is just if I'm a Falcons fan, I'll be offended. This is offensive. First of all,
there's nothing to be offended about.
First of all, you pay your money to go see this guy.
I'm a glass half full type of guy, bro. So
the glass half full. Listen,
I try to tell him. There's not. Listen,
if
you are an Atlanta fan,
listen. You guys have been here so bad for so long that you've been beat and pummeled into submission,
bro.
You guys don't even.
What you want me to do? 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 Sit and cry? What you want me to do? Look, Jordan Love sat behind A-Rod for 4 years and ain't touched a lick of the field. Never. Unless, and we see him look like when A-Rod got hurt, looking crazy against Minnesota, and he looked crazy against San Francisco. San Fran. Oh, it was like a Thursday night or something like that. Yes. Looking crazy. Then last season he started for real, and bro turned up. So all I'm saying is it's possible. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm a glass half full type person.
You're gonna put the Green Bay Packers situation and organization, coach, and their framework. They probably got the best GM in the NFL. They probably have a
but the idea, what does that have to do? What that got to do? What that got to do? What that got to do with the concept that they're trying to do? What that got to do with the concept that they're trying to do?
You don't even believe what you're saying about the
I was about to say.
What you mean?
I believe what you're saying.
Do not have a concept.
They
have not had a concept.
They're literally like you got the veteran here. We got the future here. The veteran goes, plays, and if how?
This is Atlanta fans,
you're saying Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Famer. You're
talking about Aaron Rodgers as a player. I'm not talking about them as players, right? Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins a successful starting quarterback in this league?
Listen, I'm talking about what you said.
Barely, but he got 160 though.
Hold on. You're telling me a guy that sits behind a Hall of Fame guy and gets to watch a Hall of Fame guy work every day, that gets to be in an organization with the quarterback guru, offensive guy, and you're going to say the Atlanta Falcons had the same idea and organization? Who the hell on that goddamn
So if that's what their plan was,
do you know anything about
you know who's in their organization? You know who in the Falcons organization?
Yes, I know who the Falcons are.
Who in their organization?
Listen, the whole entire Falcons organization is nuts. You understand?
But anyway, as y'all can see, got his glasses on, so you know what time it is. It's Unc's Corner. What we talking about in your corner today? The first live Unc's Corner too.
You. Come sit down with your old Unc. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk for a minute. Hey man, listen. I wanted to talk about just recently the Olympics ended, and I know it's been a lot of discussion about Steve Kerr, and first of all, Jaylen Brown not making the team, and then also his substitution patterns with Jayson Tatum not getting in the game. And I really want to talk about this because, and first of all, I want to say that I'm a Heat fan.
I was about to say.
So you already know. I hate
like
Boston. I hate everything about him.
So this is a lot for him to defend him.
So this is a lot for me to defend Jayson Tatum or any Boston Celtic. Okay? So I'm going to put that out there. Okay? Now, that being said, Steve Kerr, you ought to get your You understand me? Because you're telling me a guy wins a championship, okay? All NBA the last 3 years. He wins a championship. Gets the highest paid contract in the history of the NBA, okay? He takes time out of his summer. Right now, he should be in the club somewhere with his shirt off, pissy drunk, enjoying his championship win. You understand? He should be spending time with his kid. He got a little deuce, you know what I'm saying? He a cute little kid.
And he got
elevated. They just got another kid. They just had another one.
You understand what I'm saying? You're going to tell me I just won a championship. I'm all NBA. I'm in the running for the face of the goddamn league. And you're going to tell me that I can't play? But my teammate, Derek White, is better at playing defense and at scoring than I am? Are you out your goddamn mind? Hey, Steve Kerr, let me ask you a question. Are you goddamn nuts? This guy took time out of his summer to represent the USA, and you let that man sit on that bench and then play him. We talking about one of the faces in the NBA, okay? And let me tell you why this is a problem. And I understand on that team, you got LeBron, you got the old staples, okay? But you got to look ahead, man. You got to look at 4 years from now, okay? These young guys, who's going to want to play in the next Olympics? I understand, represent your country and all that, but guess what? We're Americans. And in America, that don't mean that much, okay? We talk about championships. Nobody mentions that Carmelo Anthony got 3 gold medals. Nobody cares about that. How many championships you got? Okay? So if I'm going to take time out of my summer to represent my country, okay, like Charles Barkley said, everybody should play. You're telling me the strength of our team is our depth. So when we sit one all NBA player down, we put another one in. What other team in the world can say that they have that type of depth?
Halliburton made the
talking
All-NBA
about
team too.
What are we doing, man? I had to get that off my chest. I'm not even a Boston Celtics fan, but this is absolutely ridiculous. 4 years from now, these young guys are going to look at that and say, why the hell am I going to give up my goddamn summer? Okay? I got 50, 60, 70, $100 million in the bank. I can do what I want. Why the hell would I go over there and do that and then not be able to play? And we're gonna talk about the Olympic Committee later with leaving Jaylen Brown off the team. But I understand the team construction, and I understand. Look, we need a guy that's gonna run our offense and all that. That's what you got Brown for. Derek White didn't even need to be in this goddamn team. You understand? He said, "Oh, I need a point guard." What do you need a point guard for when LeBron James was out there playing point guard? You're trying to tell me that those minutes that you gave Derek White, Jayson Tatum isn't good enough in an international game to play in? And I get it. Steve Kerr, great coach. He's got all the accolades and won championships and all. That's bullshit he did. And you ought to get your ass.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's Ung's Corner. We're going to slide it back to y'all boys, and y'all tell me what y'all think.
Well, go ahead.
Me and Caleb got the same reaction on that last take. Everything else is basically spot on. Y'all know I like Derek White. That's my favorite player on the Celtics. I would think that
which is nasty work, but okay.
Okay, I think that it's not that I dislike them, but he's like very, I guess, underrated. He fits the role for that team the most, in my opinion. Anyways, I agree with a lot of what you said. I do think that those minutes could have went to Tatum. I know Brown should have been on that team instead of Halliburton, but that's another topic for another day, like you said.
Brown should have been there instead of Derek White.
Or that too. And Brunson even could have been there. But
stay on the
hey,
topic,
whatever.
Just stay on topic.
But I agree, except for the last one, and Caleb can touch on that last one for me.
For me, I wholeheartedly agree with both of y'all. I am a Celtics fan. Me personally, I lean towards being a bigger fan of Brown than I am Tatum. Me personally, we know why he wasn't on the team. Is due to his very public beef with Nike, and what's going on with that. But another thing. I think they need to do tryouts again because I don't even remember them having tryouts this year.
They did.
Yeah, they don't do it. Yeah, they don't do it no more. And I get
2012 and 2016, you had to actually try out to be on the USA roster to see how that fits. There was a training camp, and I get the schedule doesn't really fit with that as much anymore.
No, they don't need no schedule to fit. No, you get just like how they used to do it before. Listen, you guys you get 30 NBA players. Everybody go to Las Vegas, and the best players make the team. Period. That's how it used to be. Hey, listen, Everybody get in the gym. Let's see who better. Hey, y'all point guards play each other. Just okay. That's how it is. That's how it should be. This whole and I get this year because this is like the Legends Tour. With Bron being how old he is, and Curry and Durant. Those all those guys are probably not going to be back. So I get it for this year, but the rest of the team should have had to try out.
Yeah.
And the best guys get on the team. Period.
Yeah, I think this whole roster, at least at what you would say the bottom of the roster, could have been better. I don't agree with Steve Kerr being that head coach at all. Me personally, I'm a Boston fan, but I would.
And I'd rather. Hey, I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you
as my head coach. When we talk about being the X's and O's guy, I trust Spoelstra's IQ over Steve Kerr. But
I trust Spo and Ty Lue over that bum Steve Kerr.
So yeah, I
you laughing? I'm being so serious. That man is not. I'm friends with Golden State fans, right? And like I hear it from them, and I'm like, man, y'all ain't like being for like that man. He's a okay coach. Nah, that man is piss poor. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like when you it's bad when Draymond is tweeting mid-game about your substitutions and how whack it is.
All right,
let me ask you a question.
We're not citing.
No.
We're not citing on this show.
Hey, not on this channel. Not on this channel.
We're not citing Draymond Green, bro. We're not.
Listen. I don't like Draymond, Kyle. I despise him.
Yeah, and I will not be citing him for this conversation.
And people are saying,
no. Let me get this off my chest. I gotta get this off my chest. The USA is playing Serbia. Okay, you're struggling the entire game. You understand what I'm saying? Not from the opening tip. Y'all were up or whatever, but Curry was the real reason why y'all were in that game in the first place. So yes, the whole team as a whole was struggling. You go to the lineup with what was the lineup? It was KD, Bam, and whoever the three other players were, right? Second half, you saw they were close. They went down by 17 with that lineup on the floor. Let me ask you a question. When they get it within 6 points in the third quarter, why do you go to that same exact lineup and then you end up down 14 again going into the fourth quarter? Tell me if that makes sense.
Yeah, the problem, and people are saying like, oh, why is everybody up in arms? They're still winning the games. What Kay say? It's about the quality.
The quality.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay? It's the
Devin
quality,
Booker,
right? We're not supposed to be. We're the United States of America. We're not supposed to be competition. We're not supposed to be fighting for our life. Down 15 and rotation. Listen, put the best players on the floor, and when you take those players out, you put the best players in. Like we got the better players coming off the bench, the best starting lineup. Like it doesn't make any sense to have literally all NBA guys, and you're telling me they can't run against guys who can't even make an NBA, guys who plays in Russia and all these other leagues.
Let me tell you something. Bogey and Jokic was giving us the work, but it don't even matter. When you look at Booker hadn't scored, KD didn't score, and was playing terrible. And you mean to tell me you couldn't even hey Tatum, at least get off the bench for 3 minutes. Let's see what that do. No, we ain't even gonna play you.
We already touched on this, but it's coaching on the European side is why they're able to do that. Their schemes are crazy. Everyone knows.
But also 2K, like piggybacking off of what you said, they also play together for years, right?
Yes.
Every year after Olympics, they're gonna try to slap a team together. Right, you play 3 or 4 games, okay, in the Worlds, and then that's it. Like these teams play 5, 6, 7, 8 years together.
League,
right? The young
teams back in the day, and
like Wemby's playing with Wemby been playing with this team since he's 16, 17 years old. Yeah. So by the time he gets to his height, the next Olympics, when this dude's gonna be the baddest man in the world. He gonna already been playing with that team since he's 16, 17 years old.
The rest of the world then caught up.
He's gonna be a problem in 2028, bro.
The rest of the world then caught up. People talking about something the U.S. just gonna be. Listen, it ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
No, basketball around the road has definitely gotten better. It's not
gonna be a cakewalk.
I'm not saying it hasn't gotten better, but I also think you guys. I think the talent from the world is sort of top heavy because out of those, you got Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, Luka. Out of those guys, after that, you can't name me any real okay. And then I guess you could say Shea, but he's not European. He's Canadian.
Yeah.
And so I mean, he plays more American than he does European. But out of those guys that I just named, you can't name me any foreign players that are excelling in the league.
I understand.
But
that.
the problem is,
the two last previous EuroLeague MVPs came over to the league last season and did nothing.
But to Unk's point, they've been playing for. Look at what Serbia literally was doing they were literally playing Missoula ball, and they were tearing us up for the majority of the game.
That comes out of chemistry and coaching. Talent will get you there, yes. But when it comes to that chemistry and that European IQ, that's one thing I'll give the Europeans.
But their play style is always a problem for American defense.
So the way they play, because it's not necessarily about one individual or
it's not
players.
ISO heavy.
It's a scheme.
A whole team.
Yeah, it's a scheme and making the extra pass and just. But the reason why I think the European IQ is so much higher than ours in a lot of ways is because they're training these guys how to play the right way from young. In America we have, in America, we're offensive heavy. We don't teach defense. We don't teach teamwork. We like, go out and score 70. Go dribble.
If you're the best player,
put it behind the leg. No, in the European League, every move is efficient. You're gonna pass the ball. You're gonna take a 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, pass it, shoot it. Right? Everything has purpose to it. Right? We got the flash. Oh, check this out, boy. I can tween behind the back. Nah, Europeans, you don't see none of that. We getting straight to the business. Because at the end of the day, it's about putting the ball in the back.
You're a product of American basketball, and
that's not true.
You know exactly.
My defense could be stellar, but I was going to say this. You look at Jokic. Okay. Jokic almost averaged a triple-double while
stellar is crazy.
Yeah, it is stellar. Listen. He almost averaged a triple-double while over there. So, like that, I feel like that proves our point when it comes to, they're playing as a whole unit. America, I guess this past one, like he said, this was the Avengers Assemble type team and whatnot, whatever. So it's kind of like, everywhere you look, it's heavy foot. Like you got the starting lineup was what shouldn't have been Joel, Braun, AD.
I don't think Joel should have been on the team.
Braun. And now he's talking about something he don't know if you want to play for 28. Get out of here, please.
We don't want you.
I had no problem with him being on the team just because he's the best man we have in America. Like if you're gonna call him, I'm not gonna do it like if he's American. He's American citizen, so he's the best big man that we have. And the years before, what we got killed was we didn't have size, right? And so he's our best American big man. So he had to be on the team.
I mean, that's fine.
The thing is, though, you don't need like with USA basketball. That's why you had guys like a Tyson Chandler in the middle or someone like that. You don't need
Dwight Howard,
a superstar at center.
Yeah. You don't need scoring.
Yeah. You need someone that can block shots. That's it. That's all you need. You don't
that's why Dwight was on the team.
Offensive heavy guy, and you don't need because we have that on the outside. We had the best perimeter scorers in the world. We've always.
But that's what AD was. AD was literally. I mean, he was doing everything, but.
AD had a great Olympic. He really had a great year.
AD and Bam are my two centers for the entire Olympics, and that's it. We don't need Embiid. You're soft on the inside, okay? You no resistance. You let everything come through, okay? It's just flowing. The offense is just flowing. Nobody's mentally thrown off because you're at the rim. You're just there. What are you doing? Like I said before this, you had whatever palsy in your face, and you just you're floating around. You have one.
Now you're getting
your knees bleeding. What's going on? Stay
home.
It was crazy because you seen how good he played with half of his face working in the.
That's what I'm saying. Half of your face is working. Granted, you look like you just had a stroke. Go home.
Okay, and granted, that was the best playoff series that anyone has ever seen out of Embiid since his entire existence in the NBA. Like that's the best he's ever played. His numbers and everything with a half.
I can't wait till we get to the NBA tier list because my goodness, I already know how you feel about it.
Guys, that one's gonna be way better. I'm a casual, so
But yes, all right. Did you guys get did you get that off your chest? Did you get your
I feel so much better.
Okay.
I
Oh,
got
the
one more
AirPods.
take.
The AirPods died.
I got one more take.
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb has a take.
Listen, I think, and this is a theory of mine.
Say it
but I
about
think
Steve
the
Kerr.
reason why I think the reason this has nothing to do with Steve Kerr, nothing to do with Europeans and why they're so good at basketball. I think it's because of their love for soccer, and they kind of played basketball like how they play soccer, and that kind of correlates together. But that's just me. And I have one more. And listen, Tatum and Booker are going to be your leading guys when it comes to next Olympics. Steve Kerr, and if I'm them three, I don't want you coaching me. So
he's not coaching. He stepped down.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's official yet.
It's not official. I said that earlier. It's not official.
Right. He's not coaching next
Kick this man to the curb. We've seen what you've done. What just a legendary roster. This is one of the best rosters they've had in years, and
you almost failed.
You almost failed. I'm not
going to say it.
Failing.
Say it.
Now, granted, these French refs were just atrocious.
Oh.
This is rivaled Beijing in terms of how much the Olympics it's been rigged. Okay, because even when it comes to like the
People's Republic of China
gymnastics,
fucking blow the whistle every time down and still win a game.
But this is like on the level of Beijing, bro. I can't.
It was nasty. I remember
the French. We never want to see you again. Okay, we don't want to see you at the next Olympics and the Olympics after that. Okay, you should never host again. France, your city sucks and your country sucks.
Oh wow,
is trash.
Yeah, okay. So you're gonna get all these French in here in the comments, bro. Lighting you up, bro.
Oh boy,
in French.
The Frenchies are gonna get you.
Listen,
in French, bro.
Listen, he's not necessarily.
Hey man, but somebody got to. Hey, I'm glad you said it, Kay. Somebody had to say it. They trying to get these swimmers to swim in that poop water. That's disgusting.
They did,
Absolutely
and they got
nasty.
sick. They got sick right after they did. But I was also what Caleb said about the refs. Like I remember, I didn't watch the Japan game. Someone brought it up to me, and they said that it was rigged. And I was like, "Bro, you can't just make that off of one game." Then I watched the Germany game. I was like, "Oh no, y'all out here rigging this thing in front of the world. The world is watching. Y'all rigging this, bro." How about Germany? France didn't score a minute, or they scored 4 points in the last 5.5 minutes of that game. How did they still win? They scored 4 points.
There's no defending that to me. I don't know how much
it don't matter. What Joe Biden say? America owns the finish line. Raw.
My country is red.
Yeah, we're gonna close out on that one because, bro, what? Okay.
The real red, white, and blue. Not that fraud you got going over across the sea.
Oh wow,
well, Australia.
Well,
they said France is literally.
But y'all okay. Y'all are okay.
Hey, I didn't say it. I'm just telling you what I heard.
That's wild, bro.
Let the baguettes come.
I'm trying to stop you, Caleb, but you keep going. That's wild.
Bro, they said the city smells like just sewers.
Soon as you step off the
baguettes is nasty work.
As soon as you step off the plane, your face just scrunch up.
Hey, he's not lying. He's not lying. They said the city smells so stink. You can't go anywhere without the city just bro.
Well, I'm glad we're ending the video on a bunch of France
on a very positive note.
Yeah, I'm glad we're so let me
bonjour, my friend.
Yo, let me try to steer this ship away from this France slander.
Bon voyage, my friend.
Yo.
And maybe we never see you again. Okay.
Get demonetized and demacked in French so you can block our video in France, bro. It's wild work.
Listen.
Not that you care, Caleb. You don't care. Yeah, I know. Go ahead. Good. Let me just stop you right there. This is going to conclude the second episode of
Are You Nuts?
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we have a lot of. Well, let me not say we. Caleb and Unc have a lot of hate for the French. French people have no hate with y'all. Come for them in the comments.
Hey, I don't tell you. I tell you what I heard because I keep my ears.
I'm telling you what I feel. Forget what I heard. That's what it is.
And Caleb said, if you think I'm about to apologize, you got another thing coming. So Caleb is doubling down on that. All right?
I'm standing on business.
Caleb said, stand on business.
Join us next week as we give our top 10 quarterbacks. That list should be pretty interesting given what we've given today. We're also going to talk about the start of college football, the NFL. K said he got some more 2K news for us because we know he's fiending for that to come out. So join us next week for another episode of
Are You Nuts?
We'll see you next week.
Peace.